Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, a MAGA man was shot and killed this week by the FBI. He was making threats against Joe Biden and others. This is 75-year-old Air Force veteran Craig Robertson of Utah. He was approached by FBI agents. We're not exactly sure at this point exactly what went down, but they were there to arrest him. They were there to search his property. They had a warrant for all of this. This was in advance of Biden's visit to the state, and the court documents show that Robertson was charged with 3 crimes: issuing interstate threats, retaliating against law enforcement, and issuing threats against the president. According to CNBC News, Robinson had made a threat towards Biden on Monday of this week. He posted on social media saying that he heard that Biden was visiting the state, so he planned to pull out his camouflage clothing and, quote, clean the dust off the M24 sniper rifle. And in a September 2022 Facebook post, Robertson said, quote, the time is right for a presidential assassination or two. First Joe, then Kamala. In another post, Robertson wrote, quote, in my dream, I see Joe Biden's body in a dark corner of a DC parking garage with his head severed and lying in a huge puddle of blood. Hooray. Or hurrah. I think it was hurrah. And in previous social media posts, he threatened to shoot the Manhattan District Attorney, Alvin Bragg. Of course, he was the first one to indict Trump earlier this year. And that's when he first hit their radar. So they say that when they approached him, he was wearing a Trump hat. And they asked him about this Alvin Bragg threat. And Robertson replied, quote, I said it was a dream. We're done here. Don't return without a warrant. Well, it seems that Robertson may have his threats mixed up a little bit. Apparently, he issued a lot of them towards a lot of different political figures, and he threatened to retaliate against the FBI. In fact, after the FBI visited Robertson in March, he started addressing his posts on Facebook to them. And he said that he knew that they were watching him. And then he also wrote that the FBI agents that went to his house came close to being shot. That was a direct quote. So there were also threats against the United States Attorney General, Merrick Garland. There was a post dated October 2022 in which Robertson stated, quote, Merrick Garland, the demented weasel, I am 100% anti-abortion. Why are your FBI cowards not kicking in my door? Know this, they will die. And in a February 4th Facebook post, he said that he had a, quote, wonderful dream, all in caps. A lot of his posts are all in caps, by the way, just like his apricot Antichrist idol. Robertson went on to write that in this dream, there was, quote, smoke wafting from his gun over Garland's body, and, quote, as shivers of liberty and freedom swelled in my heart for our amazing great country. Another post on Robertson's Facebook page included a photo of one of his rifles, and it was captioned, quote, my Democrat eradicator. Again, all in caps. And then there was a very violent, very descriptive post that he made about Alvin Bragg, which I'm not even going to read to you because it was really gory, really disgusting. I mean, worse than the Biden one. So one of Robertson's neighbors spoke with news outlets, and he said that he was out walking his dog when he saw about 5 to 6 police cars surround Robertson's home. The neighbor said he couldn't see anything, but he said he heard loud booms, and he assumed that they were flashbang grenades. And then he said, quote, they started talking over their microphone saying, Craig Robertson, please come out with your hands up. They did that a few times. And then the neighbor added, quote, I can't believe it escalated to this level. He was a very sweet older gentleman. I guess not as sweet as you thought, huh? I always say you really don't know someone until you live with them. Another neighbor remembered Robertson a bit differently. Neighbor Andrew Monder, I think is how you pronounce his name. He told the Salt Lake Tribune, quote, He definitely had his political views, which he was very public about on Facebook. But I think deep down, he was just a cranky old guy who was harmless. Yeah. And yet, this same neighbor admitted to this news outlet that he used to make jokes about Robertson dying of suicide by cop. Yeah. But he's harmless. Yeah. Harmless my ass. Another neighbor named Connor Bunch said that Robertson wore his Trump hat to church. Could have sworn there was something in the Bible about false prophets, but anyway, Bunch said that Robertson was generally well liked, and he always seemed to be helping neighbors. He was building a lot of things for them. Bunch added, quote, "He seemed like kind of a weird old guy, but everyone knows a weird old guy. You wouldn't imagine that the FBI would come and shoot him." Another neighbor who knew Robertson for 22 years pretty much brushed off these allegations. And he said that Robertson, quote, was just trying to share frustration with what's going on in the world. Yeah, okay. And January 6th was a peaceful tourist visit to the Capitol. These people are delusional. And apparently, Robertson's social media profile, it was quite long. It talked about his, service in the military and what he believed in and 2A and blah, blah, blah. Well, it concluded with this phrase, quote, "As Patrick Henry said, so shall I. Give me liberty or give me death." And there you go. All right, guys. So another life lost, another life destroyed, a family destroyed because of Donald Trump, because of his lies, because of faux news channel, and the hate and the anger that they spread and all right-wing news outlets. I shouldn't just point out Fox, but, just how they hammer these people with so much bullshit on a regular daily basis. Guarantee this guy was listening to all of that 24/7, right? Anyway, it's getting worse. I had said last week that I hope that I'm wrong, but I just feel like we were going to see violence. And here you go. And people can say, "Oh, well, he wasn't the one who was violent. The FBI went to his house and shot him." Yeah, because he made very extremely graphic, detailed threats and statements of violence against people in politics, and prosecutors. So, I guess we'll find out more in the days to come of, whether he pulled a gun on these people, whether they thought he had a gun. We definitely should look into that. We definitely want to know what the details are and if he was seen as a threat. I mean, if he wasn't a threat, then they shouldn't have shot him. That goes without saying. Unlike right-wing media that, just wants to kill people just because they have different political views. I don't agree with that. I think, we can all agree to disagree. You don't have to kill anyone. All right, guys, I will let you know if I hear more on this or when I hear more on this. I'm sure more will come out. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it with everyone you know, become a subscriber if you have not already. Trying to hit that 50,000 mark by my birthday on the 25th. Greatly appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.